I'm Brittany Beisel, and for a second I want you guys to listen to me and listen to these statistics that I have to tell you. I want you guys to realize that every drunk driver that gets arrested for a DUI has driven drunk 80 times before their first arrest. Every day in America, 28 people die as a result of drunk driving accidents. Also, every year, drunk driving costs America $132 billion, whether this be in hospital bills, trying to pay insurance companies, people trying to pay for to get their cars fixed, or paying for the jail cells that hold those convicted of DUIs. Also, if you put all those people together that have admitted to drunk driving, they would make the 5th largest state in the United States. I got all these statistics from MAD, or Mothers Against Drunk Driving. This group was founded in 1980, and their goal was to prevent drunk driving, underage drinking, and to provide support for victims and survivors of drunk driving crashes. With vehicle collisions falling into the leading cause of death for those under the age of 35, I felt the public was in need of an educational wake-up call. Upon finding the article that states our dire need for education in local schools, I decided it was important to locate statistics through peer-reviewed articles, newspaper articles, and support groups such as MAD. So over the next several minutes, I want to bring to your attention the reality of drunk driving, and then show you guys a small way in which you can be a part of a solution and save many, beginning with our local communities. So while you were listening to me during this last approximately 90 seconds, 2 people have been severely injured as a result of a drunk driving accident. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, 211.9 million people in the U.S. are registered drivers. Of those 211.9 million, 1.4 million were convicted of DUIs in 2012. While the number of those convicted of DUIs doesn't seem very high in comparison to the registered drivers, keep in mind that drunk drivers have driven 80 times drunk before their first arrest. According to an article from Alcohol Research and Health, in the year 2000, impaired drunk drivers were the cause of 14,000 deaths and 500,000 injuries in the U.S. In a case study conducted by the European Journal of Trauma and Emergency Surgery, a case study that lasted 1 year, 52% of fatal vehicle collisions were due to the driver's blood alcohol concentration being above 0.03%. Even though the legal limit is actually 0.08%, any alcohol in your system while you're driving is still considered to be intoxicated. So not only are these drivers putting others at risk, but they are also putting themselves at risk. Drunk drivers have a 3.80 greater chance of suffering deadly injuries in a fatal vehicle collision. These injuries can range anywhere on your body except for the area where your shoulders and your pelvic bones meet. This is according to the European Journal of Trauma and Emergency Surgery as well. So now I know I have you guys thinking in terms of the country and maybe even the world, but I need you guys to stop that thinking process for just a minute. I need you to bring your global thought process and compress it. Success in education begins with the local and inexperienced. So let's brainstorm for a minute. Where do you guys think we can find many people who are local and inexperienced in different communities around us? There's schools. Thank you. So while we are not educators ourselves, well, except for Rachel, of course, and I hope none of us have experience with drunk driving, we ourselves cannot go to these schools and provide education, and so let's try and provide them with someone who can. The Run to Believe 5K Memorial Run occurs once a year over spring break. According to the Wichita Eagle, this memorial run is hosted in remembrance of 2 Mays High graduates who were killed in the hands of a drunk driver. It's hosted once a year over spring break, and they host it over spring break. It's the 2 mothers who host it, and they host it over spring break because this is when the 2, Kylie Job and Kyle Thornburg, were taken from their families. Also, according to the Wichita Eagle, it was 750 runners who participated in this run this year. This run through entrance fees and donations, whether it be small or large, from the runners or even people who didn't participate, these funds go to 3 different sources. The 3 different sources include the Kyle Thornburg Memorial Fund at Mays High Foundation, which provides scholarships to Mays High students, the Kylie Jobe Endowment at Oklahoma State University, which provides scholarships to the Gamma Phi Beta members, and then it goes to drunk driving awareness and prevention at Mays High, such as speakers that come in, and also to like alcohol-free after prom activities. So you may be asking yourself, why should Heston locals care for the Mays School District? Well, according to highschools.com, the Mays School District is ranked number 7 in Kansas. So a higher status in Kansas sets examples for lower, maybe not as high ranked school districts. Once these other school districts see that this education to their schools is effective, they may begin to either fundraise or find a way to get other funds in order to provide their students with the same education. So now I am going to challenge you guys to not only better yourselves through physical exercise, but also better the communities around you by participating in this annual 5K. By paying the entrance fee and simply participating, you're not only providing scholarships to students in 2 different areas, but you're also starting with a small group of people and showing them that how to prevent future drunk driving. So, or you can donate to each of the individual sources that I said earlier, just by sending them a letter or anything like that. So let's start this prevention process and save our future children, friends, and selves through education and motivational speaking.